How's it going, film and TV fans? Welcome back to another episode in the Netflix review series. We're at episode 4 of the Netflix review series, and today I spun the wheel and it gave me Shaft. Now, Shaft, whatever you want to fucking call it, is an interesting one because, and I'll tell you why it is because I am holding a UK Blu-ray copy of Shaft. So why am I talking about this movie on the Netflix review? Well, it's one of the few Netflix movies in the United Kingdom to be, while it was released normally in the States in cinemas and then afterwards, after its theatrical run, on physical formats and stuff. Whereas in this country, it was never released in cinemas, and it was exclusively originally put on Netflix, and it stayed there for nearly a year. And then in 2020, they actually put the DVD and Blu-ray and stuff out, so you don't have to have Netflix just to watch Shaft if for some reason you wanted to do that. But its original release was on Netflix, and it is still available to stream on Netflix. There are a few Netflix movies like that who are Netflix movies in the UK, or just Netflix movies in general, that get physical releases. A great example of that is The Irishman. Great movie. Is a Netflix original, but it's also available to buy on Curation Collection Blu-ray. With Ojaka is another one that's getting that treatment recently, but we're talking about Shaft today, 2019 Shaft to be specific. This is probably the Netflix movie, out of all the Netflix movies we have on this 62 film list, this is the one I've probably had the most experience with, because I remember watching this movie when it first came out and thinking, you know what, it's not the worst movie I've seen. It's a fun time to watch for me. It's a good movie. I usually, when I'm in the mood for some comedy, this is what I usually put on Netflix sort of thing. This is my kind of, late night comedy kind of movie, I think, for me at least. Maybe it's not that way for most people. For me, it's one of them kind of, I stick it on at the night kind of thing, in the evening kind of thing, when I need a late night comedy. And it's not even that bad of a movie. It's quite enjoyable because Chris Leonard's score is pretty well done. Again, performance-wise, Jesse Tiusha, pretty good as JJ, John Shaft Jr. Obviously, you got Sam Jackson back as the Shaft from the 2000 movie, so 19 years after he last played the role, he portrays Shaft once more here in this movie. And Richard Roundtree returns as Shaft Senior, or the OG Shaft, from the 1971 movie. Now, I've never seen the 1971 movie, I've never seen any of its sequels, and I've never seen the 2000s Shaft movie. This was the first one I saw, so I knew the characters existed, I knew those movies existed, but I didn't haven't seen them yet. I do want to see them, but I haven't seen them yet. I've seen this one, and like I said, it's nothing, it's not the worst movie out there, it's just fun for me. It's just good plain fun. I've got the Blu-ray because I quite like the movie. I thought I'd support it in that way and pick up the Blu-ray. Yeah, obviously, if you don't know, this movie is directed by Tim Story, who, interesting track record, the Fantastic Four movies, and the recent live-action Tom and Jerry movie, all under his belt. So, I wouldn't say he is the best director in the world, and I wouldn't say that he did the best job with this movie, but I wouldn't say he did the worst job either. It's a good, fun movie. I enjoyed this movie. I think it's fun. I think it's got the right amounts of swears and funny moments and stuff, and it's a movie that I can sit down and relax and enjoy. And like I said, it's one of those, I think it's very much an entertainment kind of movie. It's just, fun. I enjoy it. I think Samuel L. Jackson has a great presence of a Shaft. He's quite funny. It's definitely different from what I personally have seen him in films before, such as, Avengers and stuff like that, and other movies I've seen him in. It's very much not like those movies, which I can really appreciate, because it definitely feels like he's just having a bunch of fun making this movie. And yeah, there's nice characters here. It's just a good sort of old-fashioned feeling movie that I think works in a lot of ways. Some of the comedy might not land in some places, some of the jokes might not land for everyone, but for me, it worked pretty well. I won't lie. And for me personally, it's just a good time. Like I said, it's genuinely just a good time for me. It's got a good normal soundtrack as well. I think the whole idea of 3 generations of Shaft Wars again. It's a bit disappointing that Richard Roundtree is only in it for about 20 minutes, which is a shame. But, you know, the moments he has are really cool and really good, and it's kind of just nice that they actually pay respect like that, and also somehow link all of it to be canon in a way, canonically, because Richard Roundtree is in the 2000 Shaft, but he's said to be this Shaft's uncle, as in Samuel Jackson's Shaft, and Richard Roundtree is Samuel Jackson's uncle in Shaft 2000. But in this movie, there's a line where Sam Jackson says, "You were a wonderful father when you stopped pretending to be my uncle." So obviously that implies that throughout all of this, that yes, Samuel Jackson Shaft is the son of Richard Roundtree Shaft, and in turn Samuel Jackson's had a son. So again, that makes Richard Roundtree the grandfather. So it kind of makes it all canonical. I kind of think that's cool. Yeah, it's just quite. Again, it's really cool to see the 3 of them together. Again, even though it's only for 20 minutes at the end, and very briefly, they have some great chemistry together. It would have been nice to see them in more of the movie. But it's just a nicely made, small-scale action flick from a company that I don't really like. I won't lie. I think Warner Brothers is my least favourite of all the studios, but that's a discussion for a different time. Yeah, this is Shaft. It's a good film. It's an okay film. For me, it's just one of those ones where I can always put it on and be entertained by it personally. Yeah. Obviously, it's definitely, as much as I haven't seen those other Shaft movies, I don't think this one is going to be as good as those. Like, obviously, the original Shaft is a very important movie in pop culture, and then the 2000s one, apparently that's really good, but I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, directed by legendary director John Singleton, so, you know, that one's cool. Yeah, and obviously, this movie came out all the way back in 2019, so it feels, well, almost a different one, really, but hey. Yeah, this has been my review of Shaft 2019. Thanks so much for watching. Adventure Island is out now. Go stream that shit. I am so excited to share with you one of my favourite albums that I've made with some of the best songs that I have made. So go stream that shit. The Netflix review is back. We are not doing any more series for a while, or any more other side shits. I may do, I think after the Netflix review concludes this season of that, we will be probably doing something like Toy Story, and then obviously I've got Batman and Godfather still on the back row, so those things will be coming up. But the Netflix review is here for the next 2 months, season 1 of the Netflix review, and then season 2 will be all about Netflix original TV shows, so I can't wait to delve into that one. And we'll also be going back to Star Wars eventually at some point with The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I look forward to jumping back into Star Wars a bit later on. But I thank you all for who's watched my Star Wars reviews. But we're back with the Netflix show, which is going to be a very different and very much, I think, diverse and interesting lineup of movies, as they're all different from each other. And I can't wait to take you on tomorrow's film, which we'll find out. So yeah, thanks so much for watching my review of Shaft 2019. Please go check the movie out. I would recommend people check it out, even if it's just for a laugh and you want to put something on. It's an enjoyable movie, and I think it's quite fun. So yeah, thank you. Another thing about this movie is I actually do own the soundtrack digitally. I liked it that much, so yeah, fight me. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and bye bye for now.